fuck is y'all doing?
You cannot put that.
What is y'all doing? Take the fucking chips. If he stole some chips, I'll pay for them. I'll pay for them. You don't even know where he lives. Y'all just throwing him in the fucking car.
That's what they do. They come here.
Fuck is y'all doing? Leave him alone.
No camera. That's all we can do.
He a kid. Let him go. Y'all got the fucking chips. Leave him the fuck alone. Straight up.
Broke up the chips.
Straight up. Before all y'all get fucking fired.
Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here from New Jersey Exposed. Today is April 30th, 2022. Time is 5:51 p.m. A very sunny Jersey time. Okay, so this is an interesting story I found. It's dated April 19th, 2022. It's reported on CNYCentral.com. And it reads as follows. Did Syracuse police arrest boy 8 years old over stolen chips? Viral video explained. Now, I have not watched the video. I'm going to read the story. Let's find out, because this caught my eye here. Because, you know, they're always targeting children. If they're not molesting them, they're arresting them. And if they're not doing that, they're trying to manipulate the kids' minds. A viral video of a little boy being taken into custody and put into a patrol car has launched an internal review at the Syracuse Police Department. The video, now viral on all social media platforms, shows 3 officers taking the 8-year-old into custody. They need three officers, 3 big guys, and taking a little 8-year-old. I'm sure they're proud of themselves. They probably went back to headquarters and high-fived themselves in the locker room. For what the man recording the video says was stealing a bag of chips. Well, he broke the law, and according to all the bootlickers, if you break the law, you're gonna, you deserve all you get. The video has been viewed and shared tens of thousands of times on Facebook, TikTok, and more. Kenneth Jackson recorded the incident after police stopped the boy at a store on the city's north side. What is y'all doing? Kenneth Jackson asked an officer holding the little boy by his arms as he cries. Guess what I'm doing, the officer responds. Jackson continues to ask officers to explain why they're taking the boy into custody. Another officer tells Jackson the boy was stealing stuff. Jackson cuts off the officer, says, nah, man, so he's stealing a bag of chips. You treat him like an old cold killer? I'm sure that must be mother effer killer. The 4-minute and 19-second video becomes increasingly tense from there, with Jackson swearing at officers and calling them names as they put the crying boy into the police car. Now, this Jackson fellow here with the camera, he is a hero. We should just all give him he is a hero. This is what a good citizen does. You pull out your phone, you start recording bad police behavior, and you put it up on social media so the whole world can see it and the whole world can shame them. Just like they do to us. Just like these cops do to us on their Facebook page. They put our names up there, they put their stupid little lectures up there, and they shame us all the time. Jackson told CNY Central he saw terror in the child and decided to intervene. Good him. You know what? This guy's a hero. He really is. There's a way that the police need to interact with kids, and what they did that day was completely unacceptable. Now, there's one other actor in this play here, and that is the store owner that he stole the chips from. The appropriate way, in my opinion, to handle that as a store owner or employee is, if you know the kid stole the chips, you go over to the kid and say, "Give me back, you dope. Get out of my store." That's how you handle that. And if it was me and I was standing, I'd record, and besides cussing the cop out and saying, you feel good about yourself, I'd go in there and I would offer to pay for the chips. Jackson, he saw Terrence Charles. There was a way that the police need to interact with kids, and what they did that day was completely unacceptable. He posted a video on Facebook where it gained attention. It was repurposed onto other social media platforms where it garnered more views and the comments from people across the country. Good. I hope they bombarded that police department's Facebook page. And let's see, if I figure out, or I get that police department's Facebook page, I'll put the link in the description. We can all go over there and shame them. The attention prompted Syracuse police to release a statement Tuesday saying the video contained misinformation. No, the only misinformation is the main information that comes out of the cop. They can never just get on and say, you know what, our officer acted inappropriately. He screwed up. We're sorry. We're going to buy the kid a whole case of chips and let's just forget about it and we'll try to do better. They can't. They can never own any crap that they do. They can never say, what is my part in all this? They can never do it. They'll always point the finger. They're a bunch of finger pointers. They said the little boy was never placed in handcuffs, and while he was put into the patrol car, he was taken home where officers spoke to the boy's father. The boy was not charged with a crime. In follow-up inquiries to a department spokesman, CNY Central was told the boy wasn't hurt, not physically, and no other force besides placing him into the patrol car was used. All 3 officers involved were wearing body cameras, which are being reviewed and edited so that we will look as best we can, and they will remain on duty during that process. Syracuse Mayor Ben Wash said he contacted the chief of police, Kenton Buckner, when he learned of the video. The officer knew the child from prior interactions, Mayor Walsh said in a statement, and explained to him that he was being taken home. The officers returned the child to his family and discussed the incident with his father before. Why does he need to even discuss it with his father? You just call, you bring the kid home and say, hey, we got your kid over at the store there stealing a bag of chips. You know what, if that was my kid, if some cop brought my kid home and said your kid was stealing and he proceeded to start lecturing me, I'd tell the cop to get the F out of here. I don't need you to tell me how I should deal with my kid. The officer returned the child to his family and discussed the incident with his father before leaving without filing any charges. What occurred demonstrates the continued need for the city to provide support to our children and families, investment and alternative response options to assist our office. Suppose this happened. Suppose the cops responded to a shoplifting situation. An 8-year, somebody by the name of Patel, Singh Patel, called the police and said, somebody told this 8-year-old boy stole my bag of chips. And the cop shows up. You know what the thing to do? Probably would make the cop look so much better and make the kid feel much better about himself if the cop said, how much is the bag of chips? $2. Here's $2. And look, kid, you can't steal chips, okay? This is what happens. Now get out of here. No, they can't do that. They got to scare the kid, intimidate the kid, bring the kid home to the father, probably reading the kid the riot act too. And on an adult's mind, the adult looks at this situation and doesn't think it's all that bad. But in the mind of an 8-year-old, here you are, you got these 6-foot-tall big guys surrounding you with guns and handcuffs and you hear all the stories about them shooting and killing, and they don't say whether the kid's black or not. And I know somebody's out there's going to get pissed because I mentioned color, but too freaking bad. If you don't like it, move on. You got a kid that's totally intimidated. He's probably shitting in his pants, not know what's going to happen. In a little 8-year-old's mind, that's a big deal. If I got caught stealing a bag of chips, first of all, I'm not going to steal a bag of chips, but if I did, I wouldn't be shitting in my pants. It wouldn't be anything. I'd be like, you done yet? Anyway, CNY Central brought the video to the attention of Dr. Keith Taylor, a policing expert at John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York. He said police did what they were supposed to do, which is enforce laws, detain the 8-year-old, and driving him home. You don't see any appropriate use of force by the officer, Dr. Taylor said. They're simply doing their job. I always love that, doing their job. Well, their job is to scare the shit out of an 8-year-old. Taylor said it is natural for community members to feel protective over young children, but here we go, more disclaimers. Focus seems to be on a bag of chips and not on the concerns of the store owners, the potential pattern and child himself, he said. Taylor said it's responsibility of officers to get the child back to their guardian in this situation. Yeah, there's no mention of the store owner, because really what this comes down to is the store owner. The store owner called the cops on an 8-year-old who stole a bag of chips. If the owner knows the kid stole the bag of chips, why don't you just go out there and get the bag of chips and tell the kid, don't come back in my store for a month? No, they can't do that, right? That is too freaking easy. So really, the villain here is the store owner. And the cops, I will say this. Maybe I'll give the cops a little leeway on this. Yeah, they showed up. The kid's got a stolen bag of chips. So they're going to put him in the car, and they're going to take him back to the parent. Yeah, that's reasonable to assess. So how the kid interpreted this, I don't know. I'm sure he gives shitting in his pants and everything. But regardless, it was a bad situation for the kid. And hopefully the father handled it in such a way that the kid will not be mentally damaged for a while. But, you know, the kid... should have never stole the bag of chips. Who knew when there was a little kid never stole some? Come on, I've stolen candy bars. Never stole a bag of chips, but I have stolen candy bar, gum. That I have done when I was like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. Yeah, I did it. I didn't have any money. I was poor. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what you do. That's just the way it is. Not everybody grows up in a nice house with a white picket fence around it. Well, anyway. There's a lot more in here. We'll get the video, and I'll put the link in the description. You can go read it yourself, and chime in on this one. I'd be interested in hearing what everybody has to say about an 8-year-old, a store owner calling the police on an 8-year-old for stealing a bag of chips. And by the way, the last bag of chips I bought at a 7-Eleven, Lay's potato chips, was $2.19.
Check the mic and make
They've
sure
gone
it
up.
sounds
Used to be
right, boys.
$1.79 or $1.89. Anyway. Owner calls the police for a kid stealing a bag of chips, and you know, you really got 2 victims in this because of the store owner and the kid. They're all victims. They're all victims of each other. The kid victimized himself by stealing the chips. The owner victimized the cop and the kid for calling the cops. And the store owner's a victim because he had a $2 bag of chips stolen from him. Doesn't seem worth it, does it, people? I'm John Van Dyke. Till next time.